Very famous piece of him, and it's just amazing to see how it started from the small girl to become this huge melody that make you think of anything except birds.
Hi. I have only one question. When any artist or band or someone in the movies approaches you and asks you to do any special work or film or video, are there any special conditions for you to work with them to have you said no to any project?
Oh yeah, well I say no now. Before, when I started, everybody was saying no to me. Now it's kind of went the other way around. But what's the question exactly? Why do I say no?
Are there any special conditions for you to say no? I don't want to do that project in particular, or that video, or I don't want to work with this band, or something like that?
Oh, well, if I don't like it, of course. But sometimes there is compromise. Like I was asked by the Rolling Stone 10 years ago or more, even 15 now, to do their video. But I was not crazy about the song, but still it was the Rolling Stone, so I said yes. But see, at the end, the video is not great, but I'm still happy I did it. So there's no. I mean, it's a mistake to think there is no compromise. Even if it gets somewhat successful, there is always a compromise. It's true that when I started after school, I did an art school for a few years and I didn't have good results. Then I started to work and I started to do a little bit of animation from my own. But I was doing some paint box for like an operator, this very crude machine called the Graph 9. It was like the first paint box. It didn't have any tools, or it's very, very primitive. But I had this obnoxious advertising lady who was drinking champagne and wearing a leather jacket, and there was boots. At the time I was probably 25, and she was really obnoxious, and the truth is I could not do the job, I was not good enough. So when I started at 10, and at 10:30 I put the stiletto down and I walked, and I said I don't like how you talk to me. And I went back to bed and I decided I would never work for anyone else than me, which I pretty much did. Only sometimes, like when I do the Green Hornet, I have to report to a studio, which is compromising, and sometimes I felt the frustration. Or sometimes you want to work with somebody and you have to use their idea, like I was asked by Paul McCartney to do video, and he brought the concept, which was difficult for me, but I managed to do it. What was great, at the end of the shooting, I did like 1 hour of music with him. I was playing the drums, he played the bass, and I can say I played the drum with Paul McCartney, which it's fine that I didn't do the best video of my life, because I can say I play with Paul McCartney. So it's a lot of people who come to me and ask me about how to get started and stuff. I think you have to compromise. It's just you have to gain something for each experience, and then at the end you getting stronger and you have more saying, and then you at some point it's good to be able to say no, or to say no to an actor who's misbehaving. It happened with Tim Robbins a couple of times, or with Jim Carrey, how people were like, but sometimes they were refusing things, and I said, okay, you have to do it. And when you get that, you gain strength, but it's very progressive. I think it's okay that in the beginning you feel you are manipulated. It's just, if you can evolve through that, then it's okay.
Well, first of all, it's an honor to have you here, Michel. Every time I watch The Conversación of the Spotless Mind, I love that film because I always discover something new. It always tells me something new every time. And I was wondering which movies are the same to you. I'm not asking you which are your favorite films, because that's a big question, but which movies you can watch over and over again, you always get something new out of them.
Well, there is a movie that's screening tonight while my movie is screening, which I recommend. It's much better than my movie. It's called La Talente. It's a film by Jean Vigo from 1928, I think. It's amazing. I know the guy who did the restoration, the first restoration in the early 90s. And it's an amazing piece of work. It's full of life, it's very poetic, it's a very simple story. And I can watch that over and over and never get tired of it. Actually, it's something I've been thinking of, because I always think my movies are boring, and my friends say, well, it's okay, it's normal, because you've watched it 50 times. But I said, well, I watched Latin 50 times, I don't think it's boring, so then I must do something wrong. So there is things I can watch over and over, but not international. If I watch it one more time, I'm going to puke. Actually, I don't mind watching The Kind One. It's not very perfect at all. But I remember something that this Italian director I really like, called Marco Ferreri, said once. He had done this movie that was not successful, but it's really funny. It's called Don't Touch a White Woman. And it's very politically incorrect. And it's from the 70s. And he said, maybe I'm not a very good director, but I have something to say. And I like that. And I feel when I did Become Rewind, it was not as achieved as Eternal Sunshine, but I had something really that mattered to me to express. When I did the promotion to it, I knew I was facing more criticism, but to me, all those conversations were leading to things that really matters to me, about community, about people taking control of their life, or stuff that I would never dare to talk about when I was younger. So this movie has this importance to me.
Bueno, podríamos estar toda la noche hablando con Michel, pero me temo que vamos a pasar a la última pregunta.
Oh yes, I remember you. I did your picture in the book this morning.
Thank you so much for that.
You're going to speak English?
The Be Kind Rewind movie, and especially the Be Kind Rewind protocol, you encourage people to take filmmaking back. Do you believe filmmaking is somehow hijacked by either preconceptions or corporations?
Yeah, I think creativity is sort of hijacked by people. I mean, the world is in the hands of people who got the privileges and they don't want to share it. So it's for the other to get some of that. And I think creativity is this way. And a lot of people who are doing the creative jobs, they don't really encourage others to join them because they feel they're going to lose their job. It's a cool job. So I feel a certain guilt about that because it was relatively easy for me. I'm coming from a sort of average background, but far from poor really. Many times I saw people in the street having very hard working conditions. And I thought this guy with a camera could probably do better than me if he had a chance. So it's a sort of a deal with this guilt to encourage other people to make the step, take a camera and do their film. But the big camera protocol doesn't teach you how to make film. What really counts is like to show that people can really entertain themselves, go out of their home and meet and have a good time with other people who are really different background from them. It's really more what I'm trying to express.
Michel, we could be the whole night speaking with you. I'm afraid we don't have much more time. Do you want something? Do you want to say something else?
Yeah, well, I thank you for inviting me. It's very great to be here. It's weird. It's a complex city. It's a colonial city. The people who murder your ancestor, but they are part of you. But it makes me think that in France we are the same with the Romance, for instance. It's just colonial cities have this weirdness and beautiful, and they express the ugliness of history. So, but it's very, it's quite amazing to be here. I want to thank you, and I want to thank Christina from the Museum of the city in Mexico City for having the factory for home movies next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.